Welcome to King Says So, a channel that advocates for one Africa, one land, one Africa, one language, one Africa, one currency, one Africa, one army. I wish to witness Africans all around the world united as one in our lifetime. Enjoy.
Black Heart, the Hustle Continua. 100% good quality t-shirts, made to inspire your goals and dreams. T-shirts are now available at an affordable price. Place your order now. 068-473-6908. Instagram at Black7576. Facebook page Black Heart.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy King 053, Mr. Easy Imali Ening, and we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, we are going all the way to the DRC. Thank you so much for all my African brothers for showing love, guys. You guys are on the comment section like nobody's business. You know what? Every country in Africa, almost all 54, we are almost on the comment section. I'm just missing those, Arab countries, your Liberia and Tunisia and Morocco and Egypt. But the rest, where it is African brothers, you are showing love. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I have not seen Ivory Coast and Senegal on the comment section, and Ghana. Guys, if you are watching from those countries, please make sure that you holler at your boy on the comment section. So I'm not sure how I feel about pastors, men of God's going for a political office, coming out and say, listen, God has chosen me to lead this nation, so I'm getting into the presidential race. We have seen that in South Africa, where Mogoeng, former Chief Justice, came out and said, listen, God said I'm going to be president in a mysterious way. I don't know how, I don't know when, but God is going to do it. So we have the same situation where we're having elections in the DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo, on the 20th of December, just around the corner, less than 2 weeks, where a pastor Abraham Ngalasi, said, listen, I'm going to run because God has chosen me. Let's quickly listen to what the man of God has said.
A pastor who is running for president in the Democratic Republic of Congo says God will enable him to win the election in December despite the odds stacked against him. Pastor Abraham Ngalasi is a little-known leader of a Pentecostal church in Kinshasa. He made the declaration at a news conference in the Congolese capital. SABC's Chris Ochamringa has more.
Pastor Abraham Ngalasi is the head of the La Louange Church in the capital of the Democratic Republic of Congo. He's not very well known across the vast mineral-rich country, but he says God chose him to lead the DRC. He was brimming with confidence at a news conference in Kinshasa.
God does not just select individuals, He selects them to guide, and I am blessed to be chosen by Him. I don't have many technical capacities, but God clearly chose me because I know His vision for this country beyond what people may think.
Pastor Ngalasi believes he will take over the leadership of the DRC from the incumbent president Felix Tshisekedi, who is seeking a second term. According to an opinion poll, President Tshisekedi is among the front-runners in the race. His main challengers are former governor of Katanga province, Moise Katumbi, Congolese Nobel Prize laureate Denis Mukwege, and former presidential candidate Martin Fayulu. The Electoral Commission has registered 44 million voters for the polls scheduled for December 20th. But the elections will be held amid an escalation of fighting between Congolese troops and the M23 rebels in the east of the country. More than 1 million people displaced by the fighting in North Kivu province are likely to miss the elections. The DRC government has called troops from the Southern African Development Community to deploy in their country to restore peace. It's still not clear when the troops will arrive in the troubled region. Chris Ochamringa, SABC News, Kinshasa.
Again, I repeat, I've got so much respect for men of God, and I believe that the role they are playing is so vital in the community. And it's so unique from political calling. Spiritual callings are so unique from political calling, just like they are unique from teaching calling or a musician calling or any other talent for that matter. But we're starting to see this trend of men of God trying to get into the political space. Why? Is it the greed or the urge, the hunger for power to rule in a political office? What is it that is going on? I'm not sure how you guys. Please go in the comment section and tell me how does it make you feel that a pastor is saying, "Listen, I'm going to you know run for political office." We see it also in uh, Zimbabwe. Nelson Chamisa is a pastor himself. Okay, he's a lawyer and a pastor, but he's a pastor. He's always preaching at church every Sunday. And Chamisa is, I think, one of the closest ones that can actually reach that goal of being a pastor, probably in the next elections after 5 years, unless God intervenes, because God needs to intervene in Zimbabwe. My goodness, Zimbabwe's situation is bad. But back to the DRC, a country that is, troubled with some wars in the eastern parts and what's not, whew, it's difficult. It's difficult for me to put my weight behind a pastor, because a pastor will then say things like, I don't know, I might not have the technical ability, I might not have the political knowledge, but God will give me wisdom. No, 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 no. Saying I'm going to fulfill God's dream for this country. What dream is that? We want the African agenda fulfilled here. When you speak as a pastor, you better speak for African people. You better speak about the land that was stolen. You better speak about the economical injustice that has happened in that country. You cannot play around with words and try to spiritualize the historical disadvantages that has happened to African people in every African country as a pastor. So if you are a pastor and you are watching this message, really, we respect the office, the office of a pastor. We respect it so much that we think, let me say, I think it gets polluted when it's mixed with politics, because I believe the pastors themselves have got the authority to speak to the president of the country and say, listen, president, you might do whatever you want, but I feel like God says 1, 2, 3 about this specific matter. Understand? And the president might take that advice, so you always see a president inviting pastors to come and open ceremonies and stuff like that. We value the spiritual things in Africa, whether it's traditional or modern in terms of religious spaces. But I don't know how to feel, guys. You guys will have to tell me on the comment section, what do you think about the pastors running for political spaces, even though you can see clearly they don't have the numbers to win vote for vote, but still coming out and say, God said he's going to make me a president. It's not a nice feeling for me, guys. It's not a nice feeling, really. But let's say we wish them all the best. We wish no African men no harm, and everyone is open. We are happy that there's a democracy where everyone can openly run for a political space and office and try to reach their personal and spiritual goals in terms of that. So that's nice. So for more African news, if you like Africa and you like knowing about what is happening around Africa, especially if you're South African, because we South Africans, they've got a tendency of being ignorant sometimes, and many other countries also. But I can only speak for South Africans because I'm South African. I'm African, but anyway, got that tendency of ignoring what is happening in our neighboring countries. I will keep on updating you here and there with what is happening around in Africa. Until we meet next time, don't forget to pray. And after you pray, stand up and do the best African child so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.